Hi, and welcome to the 19th Annual Green Living Festival, coming to you from the Missouri Botanical Garden, specifically the Earthway Center. We're the Greenies, the sustainability division of the Botanical Garden. Green Living Festival offers sustainable solutions that you can use in your life, in your home, where you live, where you work, where you play, where you worship, where you socialize at the safe and healthy distance with your friends and family. And coming to you, of course, this year virtually. Live events on June 6, 9, and 11, and all of the festival's many events are archived and available for viewing at your convenience at mobot.org/greenlivingfest. Big thanks to Ameren, Missouri, presenting sponsor of this festival, once again supporting the efforts to bring these kinds of ideas, connections to our exhibitors and other resources directly to you. This is an exhibitor interview with MetroTransit, and I'm very happy to have the opportunity to talk today with Jessica Mefford-Miller, who is the Executive Director of MetroTransit in St. Louis. Hi, Jessica. Thank you so much for talking with us at the Green Living Festival.
Well, Jean, thanks for inviting MetroTransit to be an exhibitor and talk about some of the great things that we're doing to promote a cleaner St. Louis.
A cavalcade of green would not be complete without a focus on getting around green, and transit provides that in so many ways, and I think you're going to show us some that we may not realize transit is doing.
Absolutely.
Let's get into your screen here. So we see the big white M and the blue square with the red box with the blue circle. We see that around town on signs. It's not just buses, yes?
It's not, that's right. Metro operates a fleet of 400 buses. We have 87 light rail vehicles and about 120 paratransit vans. We operate with battery electric technology aboard that MetroLink system, but we're making some big changes to make a cleaner, greener metro. You know, it's easy to see why public transit is one of the most environmentally friendly transit options. So what we do really is simple, Jean. We take cars off the road by putting people on transit. So less single occupancy vehicles and low occupancy vehicles means less congestion, less pollution, and less fossil fuels. Public transit across the country actually helps to save 4.2 billion gallons of gasoline in the United States every single year. Here in the St. Louis region, MetroTransit takes 45,000 cars across our roads every single day.
And you're changing the kinds of buses you have. It's not just tailpipe emissions anymore out of the buses.
We sure are. So one of the things that we're doing is working to maximize the region's investment in our public transit system by also going greener. So today, those 400 buses are low sulfur diesel, but we're beginning to transition to electric buses. Those electric buses are being built right now, and we expect to receive them beginning later this year in 2020. So our customers are going to see them rolling out on the street in early 2021. We've been working on this since about 2015, and our future focus, Jean, is an electric fleet because we know it reduces those tailpipe emissions. It's cleaner for the St. Louis region, and it's also going to help us save some of the region's investment in transit by reducing the maintenance expenses for those vehicles. And they provide a clean, quiet, and comfortable ride.
Well, Jessica, I know that Metro has trialed electric buses, and before that, cleaner diesel buses. You really vet this kind of technology and do the cost-benefit analysis. Is this a situation in your fleet of where older buses are being phased out, you're replacing them with the cleaner buses?
That's right, Jean. So our first delivery of electric buses is actually going to replace our biggest buses, the 60-foot buses that operate today on the 70 Grand, our busiest route. So those buses are ready to be retired now. So they're going to be replaced with 60-foot battery electric buses. I've got an image here of what the graphics will look like because we're really going to celebrate this clean technology, and we're excited to roll that out. And then we'll later on replace 40 and smaller foot buses throughout our system with battery electric technology. And in fact, we're partnering with Ameren, Missouri to build this technology and infrastructure at our Brentwood MetroBus facility and at our Broadway and Taylor Transit Center in the city of St. Louis. so that we're equipped to gradually add these buses in every year.
And I would think that the demand for expertise in repairing and maintaining buses like this is helping build job skills for people in your employee base as well as in the region.
That's right. So we're transitioning some of our team members from being diesel mechanics to electromechanics. We already have a team of electromechanics working on our MetroLink vehicles and systems. So we're adding to those skill sets for our diesel mechanics, and we're all very excited about that.
And you mentioned at the very beginning, Jessica Mefford Miller, more than buses, more than smaller vans. You're really diversifying what Metro offers.
We sure are. So one of the keys, Jean, to realizing the full potential of the environmental benefits of transit service is to make the service that we offer more attractive and more convenient for our customers. Just like technology is changing and we have more options for cleaner, greener tech, our consumer expectations are changing as well. We want things on demand. We don't want to have to use a schedule. We want the service to come to us, just like we want our groceries or Amazon packages to come to us. We want our mobility to come to us as well. And we also know that there are ways to get around beyond the private automobile and our traditional mass transit. And so Metro is expanding our footprint of mobility solutions to include partnerships with bike share and ride sharing services. We have a contract with Lyft that's providing first mile, last mile service. So on demand, customers in certain markets can hail that service and get to one of our MetroLink stations or major transit centers if they need to continue the trip further into the region. Later this summer, you're going to see us roll out a new type of service called microtransit with a company called Via. We're very excited about that. And it's something that has a smaller footprint than a typical urban bus route, but is carrying more passengers than a sedan or something like what Lyft provides. And we think that this is going to be a really nimble solution, and it's going to work in a lot of the markets we serve. You know, the St. Louis region has so many diverse communities. We have dense urban neighborhoods and job centers. We also have lower density residential neighborhoods, industrial centers, and employment centers. So we need different types of mobility solutions to meet the needs of our customers and employers. We also need tech to help us figure it out. So we're using apps to help customers plan. And later this month, in June of 2020, I'm excited that we are rolling out a new mobile ticketing fare payment solution. And especially in this time of the COVID pandemic, it's really important to offer our customers contactless ways to plan, book, and pay for their trip.
And I think your last slide, Jessica, addresses the thing that's probably most on the minds of transit users and people who are looking at things like hopping on transit to get to a park, or maybe not a ball game this summer, but somewhere. Safety measures, health and safety measures for your employees and for passengers.
Absolutely. So Jean, we have been working in earnest since February to keep our team members and our customers safer. That means we have enhanced cleaning, so we are sanitizing our buses, vans, and trains every night, pulling them in also for midday cleaning and disinfecting. We're providing personal protective equipment like gloves, masks, sanitizer, and disinfectant to our team members. And we're also requiring that anyone riding transit today wear a mask. And that's helping to reduce the risk of all of this because we are all in this together. We're also promoting social distancing aboard our system, and we're encouraging hand washing. We've actually deployed hand washing stations across our MetroLink stations and our MetroBus transit centers, providing access to fresh water and soap for our customers. For our employees, we have a number of measures in place. That includes daily temperature screenings when we all report for duty, supportive measures as well to recognize that they are working hard on the front lines while also caring for themselves and their family during a very difficult time. And I am so proud of the work that the Metro Transit team is doing to keep the St. Louis region moving through COVID. We reduced our service level in response to demand and to provide our employees with a little bit of break and deal with absenteeism. We're ramping up service last in April, next in mid-June and August, then again in November. So we've come down and we're slowly coming back up, and we are ready to welcome the St. Louis region back to MetroBus, MetroLink, and Metro Call-A-Ride.
Getting around green on Metro Transit. Let's pause here for a moment, Jessica, and you can come out of your slides and we'll talk. So Jessica Mefford-Miller, we didn't have time in this brief conversation to talk about some of the other amenities and some of the other innovations that Metro has done. Arts in transit, art at the transit stations and the art buses. We used to paint a bus every year at the Green Living Festival when we had it on the parking lot of the Missouri Botanical Garden. I miss that. It was always so much fun to do that.
Yeah, you know, we really see transit as a critical service that is woven into the fabric of the communities that we serve. And that means having public art around our system that is evocative of the rich culture that we have here in the St. Louis region. We also work a lot on transit-oriented development. So that's encouraging smart, compact development around our transit system that leverages the region's investment. We are so excited this summer to see the ground break near our Forest Park de Bolivar station. That's a fantastic transit-oriented development right at the nexus of the MetroLink red and blue lines. A couple of years ago, we opened the Cortex MetroLink station in the Cortex Innovation District, and I am so enjoying seeing development blossom in that area. We're really creating truly car optional communities across St. Louis, Jean, and I think that is so important for the environment, for social equity and justice as well, and for convenience. And it's a great way to highlight some of the business opportunities that we have here in the St. Louis region. So it's good for everyone.
And again, I just have to give a brief shout out to innovative thinking from Metro with things like you've had pop-up markets, local, healthy food markets at transit stops. I know you tried for a little bit. That might not have been something you were able to continue, having little pop-up health clinics, bringing services to people where they are, and really looking for ways that the mobility that you provide can also support healthy communities and economic stability. And Metro is a terrific partner in all of that in our community.
Absolutely. Yep. Metro provides mobility, but we are more than that. We are dedicated to contributing to the environmental, the economic, and the social sustainability of the St. Louis region.
So we need to grab our masks and have our hand sanitizer in our pockets and get around green on transit, maintain the distance, be healthy, be smart, and use transit.
That's right. We welcome you aboard.
Thank you, Jessica Mefford-Miller, Executive Director of Metro, very much for taking time out of your busy day. And we really appreciate Metro being an exhibitor in the Green Living Festival.
It's my pleasure, Jean.
The Green Living Festival coming to you virtually in 2020, live events on each of our 3 festival days: Saturday, June 6th, Green Living Day; Tuesday, June 9th, Energy Day; and Thursday, June 11th, Naturescaping Day. And all of the resources that we have: workshops, family activities, links to very cool programming and resources that illustrate the wealth of resources we have in the green space in and around St. Louis. They are all gathered at MOBOT, MOBOT.org. That's Missouri Botanical Garden /Green Living Fest. Please check it out at your leisure. Join us for the live events. And thank you very much for being a part of this event. Special thanks to our presenting sponsor, Ameren, Missouri, from the staff and volunteers of the Earthway Center, the Sustainability Division of Missouri Botanical Garden. From the Earthways team, I'm Jean Ponzi saying thanks for doing the green thing.